Hey everybody, it's John and welcome to the Pixel Expedition. If you're a gamer and a fan of pixel art and love everything indie and retro, join me on today's journey as we explore Omega Strike. Links and details are in the description below. Now let's get to the game. So the story is that a team of scientists led by Dr. Alphonse Omega created a tonic called the Alpha Elixir that would effectively turn ordinary soldiers into super soldiers, making them faster and stronger. But the effects didn't stop there when these soldiers continued to change into vicious mutants. And under Dr. Omega's control, his mutant army has crushed all resistance and is free to perform his ghastly experiments on the innocent, save for a small group of freedom fighters that serve as the heroes and playable characters of this game. Through this short mission briefing, we learn that a Professor Einhorn in the town of Tumbleweed has a plan to defeat Dr. Omega and provides the team with what becomes the core mechanic of the game, the ability to swap out playable characters on the fly to make use of their unique weapons and abilities. And first up is the main character Sarge, who wields an assault rifle with a fast and continuous rate of fire. Now this first portion of the game serves as a tutorial where activating these terminals provides gameplay hints and controls. They're unobtrusive and can simply be skipped on future playthroughs. And next up is Dex, who wields a shotgun which fires short but powerful rounds, and he can double jump to new heights. I should also mention here that all the ammo in the game is unlimited, so happy hunting! There are a few pickups in the game, such as these med kits, which when used refills your health meter, and are represented by the red cubes at the top of the screen. Speaking of red cubes, you can find and collect these smaller red cubes which are strewn about the world and can be cashed in later in the game to increase the length of the health meter. And last but not least, we've got Bear, who can lob grenades with his launcher to reach enemies at varying elevations and can push aside large obstacles to clear pathways. And by the way, if you're still here watching, thank you so much for being here. And if you'd like to support me, you can leave a like on the video and subscribe so that maybe one day I can have ads in my videos that will interrupt your viewing pleasure. Chicken leg from a slug to replenish health. Delicious. There are chests like this one hidden throughout the world containing golden skulls worth 30 gold, and gold is needed in large quantities to upgrade weapons in the game. There are also lots of save points, the same as this one, so that you can reload the game from this point or find yourself here if you perish. So as we go along, we find a Captain Dan who is injured battling mutants, but kept them out by removing a power core from a gate. Now there are many of these to find, but if you happen to find the gate first without having a power core handy, you'd have to backtrack to locate one before proceeding any further. And speaking of backtracking, in true Metroidvania fashion, we have access to a simple map that reveals exits, save points, and indicates any unexplored areas. The legend even shows if we got all the goodies in the area. And with the power cord in hand, we can open this gate and carry on our way. So after battling through a whack of mutants, we come face to face with Dr. Omega himself, who uses the same teleport technology to force Bear and Dex out of hiding, just to send them away for experimentation. And this brings us to the first boss of the game, Dozer. Once you figure out his attack pattern, he's easy enough to beat, but the boss attack patterns in this game are adaptive rather than strictly repetitive, so it'll keep you on your toes. So, alone without the others, we reach the town of Tumbleweed and find Professor Einhorn, who gives us the details on our mission going forward. And it seems that Dr. Omega operates out of the Omega Citadel, which is protected by force fields that can only be shut down with a decryption device that we need to find. So of course, the helicopter we need is down for repair, so we need to go on a hunt for components before getting underway. You'll hear me say this a lot, but I love video game music, and the music in this game is just so good. It keeps you moving and it really adds something special to the gameplay, which is mostly mindless fun. Before long, we run into another boss fight with 𝗡𝗧𝗘, which is much more dynamic and thankfully ups the challenge. And boy, does continuous fire and unlimited ammo come in handy. With 𝗡𝗧𝗘 out of the way, Sarge gains his first ability, the combat role, giving us access to new areas on the map. And then we finally make it to the downed helicopter, retrieve the necessary components, and make our way back to Tumbleweed. But before taking off, we can cash in those life cubes we've been collecting. 4 life cubes increases our health bar by 1 in the same way that 4 heart pieces in Zelda provides 1 extra full heart. Then at this shop, we can use the gold collected to upgrade our weapons' damage and range. They're expensive, so try not to leave any treasures and gold coins behind. So with the helicopter fixed, we can now access 2 new areas, and since we have a choice, I decided to check out Blackstone Mines first, but this unfortunately leads us to a dead end. If we head into the mines, we find a gap overhead that we can't traverse until we get the ability to hang and climb along the piping. And if we go the other way, we run into a block that only Bear can move. So, it looks like we're on our way to Emerald Woods. I love this place. The music is lively and the coloring is a refreshing change from the caves and desert. So I decided to head left first, but just like the Blackstone Mines, I didn't get very far. After climbing these ropes, we run into another chasm that I can't cross without Dex's double jump. So we head the other way, battle a few mutants wielding chainsaws, and then find ourselves at an underground military base, which is totally up my alley. What's great about this place is that it's starting to feel more like a classic platformer, complete with shifting platforms and dodging projectiles. And as a side note, it is so satisfying to see enemies and objects explode the way they do. It just doesn't get old. Now, I'm not showing much here, but the military base is huge and exciting to battle through, and brings us to the boss of the base, Commander Armstrong. Again, while bosses are not overly difficult, the attack patterns are a little unpredictable, so you need to be quick with your response. And with that, we'll bring the episode to a close. Omega Strike is a fun, action-packed game, and although the gameplay is modest, it's a comfortable experience for casual and experienced players alike. And if you're not a new gamer, I recommend playing on the hard setting to give you a more satisfying challenge. The pixel art is stunning, and the chiptune music is catchy and helps drive the experience, and for the price, I feel the reported 6 or 7 hours to beat the game is fair. For what it's worth, I give it my own score of 8 out of 10. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. And until next time on the Pixel Expedition, take care and stay safe.